So, I would like to just say a few words that there are different, vidyas, and there are different sort of knowledge systems that exist as in terms of yoga, in terms of Adi Shakti or Adi Purusha, it's or Adi Yogi, or whether it's about a space or your mind, and it's about your own ego, your own shell that you have, or whatever and everything that you have. So what happens is that I created my own space inside me. That was like parapara to end to be very good. So when parapara is always good, Brahman is always good, Brahman to actual or Mahat to ego to whatever, Atma to five elements including ego, all the other sort of the Prakriti to be good. And that is something you can create and do, just like you can create your own Purusha, like the Purushottam Ram. So Purushottam Ram was created by the knowledge of Valmiki, which is to create a Purusha, which is a body, a human body, and have a particular system of knowledge where everything is sort of systematically transcends down, whether it's information, whether it's love, whatever it is, it transcends down to create a person that is respondent to all the stimuli that is happening outside to inside, and interacts with the world or in a Vedantic way. Vishnu Vedanta it's called. The Vishnu Vedanta is nothing but whatever is inside you reflects on the outside. That is the Vishnu Vedanta, where this Purusha interacts with what is happening in the other outside Purusha. That itself is called, that Vidya is the one that helps you create Purushottam, Param Purush, Akal Purush, etc. etc. That is what is the Purusha knowledge. Then Shiva knowledge is something which is actually space. It is the infinity itself, infinity to different forms of not expression but its existence. So what this existence would be, excuse me, the light is sort of bothering me. So the existence could be in different forms. The Shiva can be just space. Shiva can be something that sort of mitigates. You can block, frequencies you can block. You can block off the frequency of a Wi-Fi system. You can block off negative frequency. You can block off, or you can admit negative or good frequency. You can be, you can stop OCDs. You can control your mind. So these are sort of things that you have total control over your mind, your intellect, your ego. That itself is the Purusha. In one way, it's Purusha and Prakriti, or spirit and matter, or it is actual the space itself, or beyond ether. That is, ether is a Greek concept, but in terms of space, Akasha, is it different forms of spaces are there, and the wholeness to all these Upanishads speak of those are the different variations of Shiva itself. So if you really think of it, then the people say there are 108 Upanishads. So they may be 108 types of spaces or Shiva that is controlling these sort of, not just energy centers, but these sort of spaces within you. And that could be the Aghora, or the Aghora form, which is in the body. And then there are subtle forms like you're outside, you're away, you're in there, and you're there. That is just a different way of Shiva's own expression of what it is to be somewhere. And then Shiva can be, Paramatma, Param Shiva, Sadar Shiva. These are sort of different levels of the same beauty of what is Shiva. If Param Shiva, I've heard someone, Nityananda, was talking about Param Shiva as someone who doesn't take negativity or demerit, and doesn't take merit either. He lets go of both merit and demerit. And then there are Siddhamalas that people wear, like the Siddhamalas, not like this, but Siddhamalas that have different sort of Rudrakshas, and they come up with different faces, and then not just 5 faces each, there are more faces that come up. So there are, for Param Shiva, if someone has attained Siddhi of Param Shiva, that Param Shiva has 25 faces, or 25 faces that are representing the Param Shiva's human body or Purusha. That is what is Param Shiva. And then similarly, there are different sort of multiple levels of that also exist. We don't know whether our planet has the 25 or not, and other planets have more. It is up for grabs. But this is how it is in this planet right now, or what we know of as Param Shiva. Others may be hidden, may not be hidden. And then we only talk, the North Indians only talked about whatever it's called, thus 10 heads of Ravana, maybe the thus Mahavidya, and thus direction he had it for. Then suddenly we have 12 months, so definitely the English system would be there, so there would be 12 heads. So this is a system going on to the Chola Empire, which is it's not the Georgian calendar, it is the the vidyas that are existing on the planet and connecting to the moon itself. So Shravana or the Tiruvonam, which is ruled Shiva's nakshatra, also has a ruling planet of the moon as Someshwara or Soma, the king of Soma in that sense. Then there are other forms, Surya Linga, Bhakti Linga. All these other forms have Shiva in them itself. The sun has Shiva, the space within the Paramatma is within them could be Shiva itself. Then there is dark matter, there is a thickness, there is a wall, there is ultimate energy, this is a cosmos, beyond cosmos, yada yada. It is just keeps going on. Maybe there's more, maybe there's less, I don't know. But so far I've known that I cannot conclude that this is the final. I don't have an answer saying this is the final. Even if I have a so-called super consciousness awareness that everything I know is happening, whatever is happening around me, I know, then how can I be in infinity, which I can never comprehend? My human functionality of this system and the neurons that are there in the brain, and even if I have a different brain that is not able to analyze these things, then how can I actually say that that is the end? I can never say. It's the instrument that I'm using. Once I leave the instrument, God knows what will happen. So, on this planet, in this body, this is the maximum I can achieve, which is of the Paramatma level that we talk about, the supreme or the ultimate consciousness. So, the ultimate consciousness, or the highest, they say, or the one that is, um, like the whole point is that one. How do you come to a conclusion it's the highest? How? It is your heart's calling. When in your heart the desire comes, I want the highest. I just want that whatever is existing wherever I am, I want the highest that is there. It's not like you want to be perfect and you want to be. It's not an ambition. It's not an ambition that today I'm going to achieve the best because I want to be the best amongst everyone. There's no question of everyone or anyone in between. It is just you and that, or you become that. How do you become that? You only become that through that deep love you have that I cannot live without you. I cannot survive without you. I cannot think anything without you. I can't eat without you. I just want to be you and not a distance between us. So that is, you can say that is the Bhakti Yoga maybe. But I think it's the heart's calling itself. It is the heart's calling that calls you to, or he calls you, or you call him. And that's what I want. I don't want anything that come in between. So when that happens to you and you achieve it, then it's your choice. You can leave, which I decided to leave actually. I decided to leave. I said, what do I want? And suddenly it was a question came about dharma, and question came about people who came on the journey who did wrong. And I was like, yeah, I forgive them. I don't care. But then the question came of others that I started to love who also have achieved that ultimate state. Yet their lives are being not tortured but not tried, their lives are being sort of insulted, their lives are being uh, maligned, they're not getting the right justice, they're just becoming paupers. Not just paupers, but they're not living a life that is worthy on the planet. And such high ultimate knowledge, ultimate union you have, and yet you have to suffer in the hands of those who are foolish, makes me cringe. So because of that, I don't want these people to be left behind, or they should all leave the planet. Yeah? Such is the life on the planet. We should just leave. We should not stay here. We should figure out a way to leave. Maybe find ourselves a spaceship and leave, or whatever it is. Why I call somebody and leave. But the way this planet is working, they don't want to adjust and they don't want to change. So if they don't want to change, then no need to change. Just don't argue. Let's go. We'll figure out a way. Something will happen. So that's my only prayer today. And if it reaches you in time, which it will, to all the lovers that I have, to all the offsprings and the wife, or the so-called better half I have, for them, I have this sort of a heart note that if you have reached the goal, then we should leave. And if there is no one left behind, we should leave.